Good morning.
ප්‍රියන්ත මහත්තයා ඉන්නවද?
බැංකු ගිහින් මැඩම්.
සම්පත් ඔන්ලයින් බැංකින් පහසුයි ලේසි කාලය ඉතුරුයි. සම්පත් බැංකුව හෙට දින එළිය කරයි.
Hello there, very good afternoon to all our viewers. This is Lunch Prime Time News, come to you live and direct on MTV, and we first take a look at the headlines for this afternoon. Two police officers attached to the emergency hotline division arrested for accepting a bribe. Special meeting between the Elections Commissioner and party secretaries to get underway this afternoon. Former President Bandaru Nayaka says that a majority of public representatives have disregarded their commitment to the country. 5 drug-related arrests made in raids conducted in a number of areas. We apologize our viewers for the delay that was caused by a couple of minutes. Let's now take a look at these stories in detail. 5 suspects have been arrested from the Dematagada, Valikada, Obesekarapura, Kadawata and Minuangoda areas for the possession of heroin.
The police media unit said that one person was arrested close to Veluwana College in Dematagada while transporting heroin in a 3-wheeler. A stash of 10.79 grams of heroin was seized from the suspect by the Colombo Crimes Division. The suspect is a resident of the Boralla area. Meanwhile, 2 suspects in the possession of heroin were taken into custody in Obesekarapura. The police said that the 2 suspects will be produced before the number 4 courts in Halfstorf today. A suspect who was arrested in the Navaloka junction in Minuangoda with the possession of 2.45 grams of heroin is to be produced before the Nigambo magistrate. Meanwhile, a woman and another individual has been arrested while transporting heroin in a 3-wheeler in Kadawata. The arrests were made during a raid conducted by the Kadawata police.
3 police officers have been arrested in Colombo for accepting a bribe worth 2,000 rupees. Police media spokesperson SP Ruan Gunasekara stated that the 3 police officers attached to the police emergency hotline division were arrested following a complaint that the 2 officers used means of intimidation to obtain a bribe of a female motorist in the Cinnamon Garden area. The 2 police officers are a sergeant and a police constable. And in more local news this afternoon, a special discussion centering the August 17 general election is to be held at the Elections Secretariat today under the auspices of Elections Commissioner Mahinda Deshapriya. All preparations are made to hold a meeting at the Elections Secretariat at 3 p.m. today with regard to the upcoming general election scheduled to be held on the 17th of August. The meeting, which will be held under the auspices of Commissioner of Elections, Mahinda Deshapriya, will see the participation of a number of party representatives. The talks will mainly focus on the handing over of nominations, which is scheduled to be held between the 6th and 13th of this month. We are hoping to discuss in detail the concerns centering the handing over of nominations on time, the security measures that could be taken up around the Kachari premises, and nominees' rights that could be excised. Here are some of the views that were expressed on the political platform over the upcoming general elections. Mahinda Rajapaksa has said in Madhumulana that he will contest for the post of Prime Minister. He is now splitting the Sri Lanka Freedom Party into 2. He is destroying the party. He is coming into this election for his greed for power. He should accept defeat. Some people, even from our party and a few leaders, are afraid now. There is nothing to hide. But if this leader is given the opportunity to contest as requested by the people, then they should understand their value increases as well. The decision lies upon you. I will not make any prediction again. Victory is certain. So I kindly request all of you to rally together to support the leaders of the people who created the country to this situation.
තටමලා අනේ පුංචි වාතයක් කරිය වගේ එකක් කර මොකද්ද කිව්වේ මම ඡන්දෙ ඉල්ලනවා.
After straining for so long, he breathed a sign of relief by saying that he will contest elections, but nothing was said about from where he is contesting, which party or which symbol. Even I am contesting the election. Anyone can say that. No one who served as an executive president has belittled the executive presidency as much as this. No citizen has belittled themselves as much as this. Speaking at a program held in the Gampa area, former President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaraswamy said that a majority of the public representatives in the country have not dedicated themselves for the country.
Sri Lanka is one of the top 10 countries in the world which is known for the highest consumption of alcohol. Sri Lanka has become a country where a majority of youth use drugs. Murder, rape and child harassment has seen a drastic increase over the past 10 years in the country. A majority of the public representatives in the country who were elected by the people rather than developing the country have always worked towards their own benefits in terms of how they can make a name for themselves and fill up their own pockets. They let the things made by us to destroy as well.
Thereafter, the former president attended a Bodhi Puja at the Yakkala Sirivardhana Rama Viharya in Kampaha. The National Drug Regulatory Authority was officially established today. The ceremony marking the official launching of the National Drug Regulatory Authority was held at the NDQUL auditorium today. A number of distinguished guests, including Minister of Health and Indigenous Medicine, Rajitha Senaratne, participated in the event. Speaking at the event, the minister had this to say. There may be a number of issues down the line, but we will bring it to the table and resort to resolving it. We can resolve issues. This was exemplified on the 8th of January. While countries around the world witnessed change through rebellion and means of explosives, bombshells and bloodshed, we demonstrated the same peace through means of peace and silence, which was brought about within a night just the same way that was taught by iconic leaders such as Gandhi, Nelson Mandela and Martin Luther King Jr. This was achieved without putting a single life on the line. Through the change that was made, you will not witness white vans, but you will see people in the north living freely. People aware that their children will not be abducted at night and that their lands will not be taken over by the government forcefully. The Muslim community could pray peacefully without their mosques being attacked by any force. They know that those forces will not be favored by the government. Christians could freely pray. They will not be dictated the way to pray to Jesus or the place they need to pray. That is what is called freedom. Therefore, let us move forward by giving prominence to the people's freedom and safeguarding the medicine industry. In more local news this afternoon, Newsfirst Classroom, which is a series of workshops conducted with the aim of uplifting the knowledge and skills on media among students, commenced its 182nd workshop at the Nugavela Central College in Kandy today. The Newsfirst team was accorded a warm welcome upon their arrival at the school by the principal, teachers and students. A group of executives from the Capital Maharaja Organisation Limited were present at the event. The workshop, which is being held with the participation of around 200 students, commenced this morning with several practical activities. The students were given the opportunity to broaden their knowledge on news reporting and the use of media. Students were also given the opportunity to showcase their talents at the workshop. The participants were made aware of the use of new media, communication skills and the ways of undertaking program productions under the directive of the members of the Newsfirst team. An individual has died after falling off the bus on the Paduka main road in Ingiriya. The victim is a 21-year-old resident of the Handapanagoda area. According to our correspondent, the incident occurred when a 21-year-old victim fell off the footboard of the bus while he was on his way for an educational course at around 5:30 this morning close to the Kurang Ala bridge. The police said that the body of the victim has been placed at the Homagama Base Hospital. One person was killed in an accident that occurred in close proximity to the Kanduravala bus stop along the Polonnaruwa-Batiklo main road early this morning. The victim was a 66-year-old father of 4 and a resident of Kanduravala, Polonnaruwa. The incident occurred when the victim had arrived from Colombo to Polonnaruwa and was on his way home by train. While suspected motorist had fled the scene, the Polonnaruwa police have found motorist's vehicle abandoned in the Galal area. While the vehicle has been seized by the police, the Polonnaruwa police are conducting investigations to apprehend the suspect. Well, with that, it's time for us to wrap up lunchtime news here on MTV. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Joel Outskun. Have yourself a lovely day ahead.